My name is Katie Large. I am a graduated student athlete from the University of Chicago, and my youth lacrosse experience was, let's just say, very mentally grueling. And I was able to make it through and get recruited to play at the University of Chicago. But once I got there, I found it really difficult to actually have confidence in my own play and my own abilities on the field, even though I knew that I could do these things because of all the time and effort that I put into practicing and getting better and being the best player that I could be. By by extreme luck, I was able to meet Chris Thomas, and I was told all about all the things that he did for athletes mentally and physically. And I knew that he would be my best shot at getting out of this mental rut that I was in during the middle of my in the middle of my season, and the frustration that was being caused by it. And I booked my first meeting with Chris. It was over Zoom. It was during COVID at the time. We talked for hours about every detail about my family, how I grew up playing lacrosse, the experience that I had from playing as in youth leagues to playing in high school and club, then to playing, getting to college, and how that process went for me. And he was just so deliberate in the questions that he was asking, and also in the way in which he was responding. What he essentially got through to me about in this first session was the fact that I started playing lacrosse because I loved playing the sport of lacrosse, not because I was trying to impress a coach or impress certain people like my parents or my family or anything like that. I wasn't playing lacrosse for any other reason other than the fact that I loved the sport, because then why else would I play? All the mental head trash that was going on in my head, being scared to make mistakes, being scared to take risks, all of those things started to melt away. That ended up getting me in a position where I was able to earn All-American status that season just through my mental game. And that is the power of Chris Thomas. And I swear by him through all metrics, because he really got me to think differently about sports in general and why they're played. And it was a perspective that I think every single youth athlete needs in their life. After that season, I was on cloud nine, having the time of my life, and it immediately was ripped away after earning All-American that year, as I tore my ACL the last week of our fall ball season. Chris's perspective, Chris's help got me through that year, and essentially ended up getting me back my senior year, where I earned captain and was able to play the best lacrosse of my life my senior year. I will be thankful to him for the rest of my life for how he single-handedly changed the trajectory of how my athletic career would go. He changed everything for the better. I cannot thank him enough for all the things that he has done for me, and I cannot emphasize enough how important Chris's mental game and his perspective is for the everyday student athlete, for the high school student athlete, for the college student athlete, even for the young student athletes. Even on top of the mental game, Chris is very well versed in the physical game as well. Even though at the time Chris didn't know much about the actual game of lacrosse, the summer before my senior season, he took the time to train me in person as I was cleared to train full speed ahead. And we had a few sessions together where he essentially used his skills and his knowledge about wide receiver routes and and applied it to dodging in lacrosse, which is what my specialty was, and is essentially one and the same. And he was able to train me through drills, through repetition, and I was able to rehab back up to the best athlete that I could be, also with the help of Chris's help with my physical game. He is a mental coach, a physical coach, through every single aspect that is important about any game. He knows what to do, and he knows how to coach a lacrosse player. And I know because I am one, and he helped me exponentially. Thank you, Chris, for all that you do, and I hope that you get to spread more of your knowledge and your expertise to more kids, because they will they will forever thank you for everything that you do, just like I do.